the channel. Hopefully you were here for just a good time, because I am here for that good time as well. Today we are going to be going over the Kunze Panzer. This tank, when it first came out, it was an impressive little sucker. It wasn't as impressive when the Type 62 was released. No, the Type 62 when it was released was definitely a different kind of meta. And only players who know about when the Type 62 was originally released was back, I think that was 2016, maybe 2017. It's been that long. But anyways, the Kunze Panzer, the German light tank collector tank. How does it compare to other light tanks in its class? I do feel like this is one of the more sluggish light tanks in its class. It doesn't have the greatest amount of hit points. Of course, most light tanks do suffer with that amount of hit points. It does have a nice view range at tier 7. It does have that concealment factor when it does come in later on. Armor, it's not the greatest, it's not the worst. You do get some bounces here and there from those low caliber guns, but it's alright. DPM absolutely feels phenomenal. I would say that there are definitely better DPM light tanks at tier 7 than this little guy, but those guys have less armor, and I believe they are a bit sneakier as well. So if you kind of want to have a heavy-ish medium or light tank, this is more of that play style. We have good damage per shot. Pen, I feel like sometimes when you get into that tier 8 matchmaking, even with the gold rounds, it just seems not to fully get things done. Aim time, dispersion, but 10 degrees of gun depression with this little guy is fantastic. I wish wargaming Blitz-wise would be a bit more creative. This tank on PC is a tier 9 medium tank, and it has the siege ability where it can add more to gun depression by going into siege mode. Do I think this vehicle is worth it? Has it been sold? I honestly haven't seen it sold. Maybe it was sold recently, but is it worth it? I would say this tank would be one of the better light tanks in the hands of any player wanting to learn light tanks. It has a little bit of armor, it has that speed, it has that camo, it has DPM to be able to just kind of do stuff. The Type 62 is going to be a more fragile tank. Your M41D is going to be even more fragile, but you get that DPM, you get speed. This guy, well, yeah, he's just the machine gunner that drives around annoying people. And now this is the new machine gunner. But is it worth it? Oh, let's go find out in a game. So we're going to be on Appelstrat, or Appelstrat. We're going to be tier 7 and tier 8. Mostly tier 8 tanks. We do have an RU and a Panther on the enemy team, who I will have to worry about. But we are going to be having a very interesting team. The hour that I was playing the day I recorded this and got this battle, the teams were really campy. I mean, the game before this, I had a Sheridan game with 6k damage, and the guy just sat there kind of like, type T-54, just sat TD Hill and Castilla. We had a 60 YOLO, medium 60 YOLO. It was just a very weird game. A lot of weird games right now. Just trying to figure out what is going on. I want to get that RU out of the game because he is going to out DPM me. Really could have put a shot there, but I don't know what I was thinking. Shot went a bit high. Oh, there's the RU. Wow. Glad he missed. We're gonna go help the J Panther get this RU. Seems like our aim is a bit off here today. Actually, it's quite a bit off. Aim is not great today. Kinda just came into the game just meh. But that's kinda how the game is nowadays. But the HE on this tank, it's phenomenal. I think it's if you love the RU and a mixture of like the Dracula and the AMX prototype at tier 9, this is kind of a mixture of all of those tanks. And I will be lagging out for some reason here. It's a weird night. I think servers are just full of BS. Bro tries to cut me off. Again, lagging enough where things are happening later, but we're still getting things done. The thing about being a lower tier tank with higher tier battles is being annoying for the higher tier tanks. That was why Michelle decided to just avoid that. I'm gonna keep helping get that 112 out of here. Not sure what the AMX was thinking. We do have this guy. I'm surprised that pan. We're gonna finish him off. We are now a one-shot for the glacial. Not sure why he hasn't even shot me yet. The other two guys can easily pick him off. And now I'm a two-shot. Unless it's the RU high rolls an HE shell on me. And now this JP hasn't done anything really to help aid the team. So we are going to try to bait the RU and the Panther to kind of play stupid. Then again, if they catch me off guard, we're most likely going to lose this game. The J Panther I can't really count on. And the team is yelling at the J Panther to do something. So I'm going to go over to the J Panther, kind of motivate him to get going. He's full HP, he can take hits. What you gotta do with these kind of situations, the player with the most HP kind of just needs to grow a pair and move forward. Now we're gonna come up here. There's the RU. We're gonna get a better position here. This tank is sluggish in water. When there's other light tanks that just zip right through. I don't know why he went to the base. But I did find out why he was playing this way, and why a lot of people have been playing this way recently. I think the game thinks I'm a brand new player. Because I've been getting matched up with people with below 40% win rate the past 2 weeks on average. And the average player has about less than 5,000 battles. Let me go and clear off the RU, securing 4 kills, 2,700 damage. Not a bad game, not the greatest game I've had in this tank, but it was a fun game. Securing ourselves a nice top gun, as well as the Orlix medal for doing whatever that is, we don't care. And securing ourselves the golden arches, getting some assisted damage there, damaging 5, destroyed 4 out of them. Made a decent amount of credits, and of course experience there. And finished on top with experience, kills, and damage. And well, this was a weird team. So was the other team. I feel like right now the game is kind of in its own state of mind. Anyways, is this tank worth it? I would say this is probably one of the more worthwhile tanks to get at tier 7 for a light tank. I think it's more user friendly than the Type 62 or the M41D or any other light tanks. Of course, there's going to be tech tree light tanks if you can't get this tank. But I would definitely say this tank is worth it for an average player who wants to learn how to use light tanks and wants to grind those crew skills, which I believe are going to be going away soon, or they're all just going to be upgraded to a level 100 for everyone from now on, whenever that gets happen. Hopefully you got an idea what you think about this tank. I know it's been around for a while. Some people have probably been wondering, do I want it? Or even newer players who are thinking about possibly getting this tank, or even older players who might want to step down from playing that tier 10 trash hole that's going on, or whatever's going on up there now, and have some fun with the little sneaky German slapper. Anyways, guys, GG, take care, 07.